And boom, let's go. How y'all doing? OG, man, we are starting this off with the word of the day. Before we kick off the glass, word of the day is misandrous. Some of y'all might have heard this. If you're on the internet, you heard Kevin Samuels talk about it. And, oh, hold on. I got feedback. That's all my fault. Don't worry about that. If you was on the internet, you heard Kevin Samuels talk about it. We're going to talk about it today. Definition of misandrous: a person who holds deep hatred and contempt and prejudice against men. Yep. Guess what? WNBA, we coming for you.
Off the glass, yeah, we fast, we attacking the action. Basket to basket, whole squad bringing traction. Troy, Moolish, Boo-Wop, talking straight with no slack. And the melon the cut, hating LeBron with a passion. Yeah, we court side posted, New York attitude loaded. Breaking down the plays, every angle decoded. Troy calling out the smoke, he the voice of the floor. Moolish coming through with the stats and the law. Boo-Wop got the knowledge and drops real takes when the squad gets going. Whole arena awake and Mel. Man, he wild every time Brung gets mentioned. He rolling his eyes like it's personal tension. We discussing every bucket. Okay, that's enough. Troy said the intro was too long. Just start the show. Off the glass.
All right, well, let me get my brothers up on the screen. Let me get my brothers on the screen. All right. You heard the word of the day. You know where we're going with this. Personal tension is also going to be a big part of the show today. How you fellas doing?
I'm well, brother.
I'm doing great. I'm so excited.
All right. I kind of touched on this on Tuesday. This is going to be like pretty much a continuation of this. I told you I was gonna go after a friend of mine, a beloved person, someone I have met, had conversation with, Miss Sydney Colson. So let's hear her words and then we can attack it from here.
I'm a misandrous before I knew what the word was for it. So, I mean, and this description also just made it way easier because I already have extreme distrust of men. For nothing happened in my life, actually. I just have watched y'all. So it doesn't always, people are always like, oh, daddy issues, problems. No, I'm literally watching in real time how y'all behave. So to add a man who just pisses you and others off because of his disgusting comments, I go through life. I talk to men through obligation, family, responsibility. I have a father, I have a brother, I have nephews. I step out of the apartment when I have conversations with. I step out of the women's shelter to talk to men. I don't even want the energy in the room through phone. So like, I don't deal with men a lot. When I do, there is a reason. Like you are like one of a kind. Most of you are just not impressive.
Thing that I like to do is called.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there because it's 2 minutes long. I want to get to the other bitch and what she was saying, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it because then we're gonna go crazy. Your opinions on what Miss Colston has said?
She got a one of a kind voice. Like
that is true.
That's like
Sid's got a deep voice.
Like I'm not surprised you don't really fuck with men, like based off of how you talking, like just the tone of your voice, like but that's deep though, like just from her like literally saying just hearing men conversation, not necessarily having interaction with men, like that's deep. Like
that's crazy.
That's crazy work. Because I think most men that is kind of deemed as red pillish and X, Y, and Z, for the most part, they talk about their interactions with women versus just hearing conversations, because I think most men judge people off the actions of them versus words. Like we judge you off of what you actually did.
How you actually treat us.
Yeah. Like, so that's crazy. Yeah. I ain't got much to say. Go ahead, Mo.
This is hilarious because that's where all your support comes from. How do you hate something that supports you the most? Like,
Yep.
it's interesting to me, right? To have this take when, like you said, you have a father, you have brothers, you have nephews. Like, how do you expect them to take you seriously in anything when you don't even like them? Like, when you considering your word choice, right? For following the definition, you hate them,
Yeah.
right? Like, why
Yeah.
would anybody then want to A, come up, show up, support you, or two, talk to you? I wouldn't. I would keep my distance, right? Which means that don't be surprised that when these comments come to fruition and people start to see these comments more and more, right? That the male support for your game goes down, especially considering your counterparts are your main supporters. I've always said this: the NBA players are the main supporters of the WNBA. Kyrie Irving, Mikal Bridges, Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant when he was here, rest in peace, right?
100%.
Pushing the women's game forward, right? Where's anybody else at, right? We love to talk about the Cheryl Swoops and the Cheryl Millers and all of these old and all of the older legends.
What
I
they
don't
do.
see them coming. I don't see them coming to push the women's game forward in any way, shape, or form. Right?
If you
What
ask
happened
me,
to what about the coaches? Right? What about the coaches? Right? I don't see anybody fighting for Becky Hammon to get a coaching job in the WNBA. Right?
Nope.
Who did that? Who got her
Is it-
first coaching job in the NBA? Or her first coaching job, period. I could have sworn it was Pop.
Yeah. Isn't Swin Cash the GM for the Pelicans? Or the player?
Sure is.
She doesn't work in the WNBA, right?
Sure don't. I wonder if Skylar Diggins feels the same way. I wonder if all the women that were bullied because they weren't of a sexual orientation feel the same way, right?
They
Because Skylar
actually
Diggins was
haven't-
locked out of the facilities, right, man?
Yeah, I believe it's in their contract that they can't get pregnant during the season.
It's crazy. But Skylar Diggins got pregnant after the season and then had her baby prior to the season starting. Then on top of that, you guys locked her out and then exiled her contract, but thus forcing her to essentially get forceful released and then finding another team, right? But you guys, you sit up here and say this, oh, well, I never had any bad interaction with men, but I just watch how you guys do, or I watch how you guys act, or I listen to you guys talk. Why can't people say the same thing about y'all?
That was going to be my contrast. I was like, okay, fine. You watched men. Nothing happened to you personally with a man. Nothing. Your own words. You said this.
Yep.
Nothing personally.
Your own words.
To you. And you have this disdain for men. But what about the women who basically shitted on you in real time, in real life? Do you have a disdain for women, or that doesn't matter?
What about the women that have been abused? What about the women? Because we've seen domestic violence in the WNBA, have we not?
Yep, 100%.
Have you said anything about that? Right?
Nope.
Have you said anything to Brittany Griner?
No,
because she's still playing in the WNBA, right?
She is.
We did all of this stuff. Y'all did all of this stuff. Free Brittany, bring Brittany home. Y'all did everything in your power to get that woman who broke international law, mind you, right?
Yep.
To get her back to America. Said her treatment was unfair. And as somebody who indulges in cannabis and works in the cannabis industry, okay? I was literally saying, hey, it's probably that's the punishment probably too much, but we can't sit up here and act like she didn't break international law because she did. So we have no control over that. At the end of the fucking day, if I myself working for the cannabis industry were to go over to a Russia or a Greece or whatever the fucking case may be and have cannabis on me, it doesn't matter if I work for a fucking cannabis company. It doesn't matter that it's legal in America. It doesn't matter how many people sign a fucking petition and bring me back. I broke international law. Y'all exiled and excused everything. All of her domestic violence cases, all of her violent cases against other women, not even named her wife, right?
Yep.
Just to get that woman home. But you don't feel any kind of sort of disdain for any of these women that have domestic violence cases against women that are open right now, literally open right now, that against the LGBTQIA plus community that quite literally bully and abuse straight women to the point where they have to leave the league. We don't ever say anything about that. We don't ever have any disdain about that. But we have disdain towards men because I just don't like them.
Yeah, I mean, because you're an Aces fan the way I am. Wasn't Sydney Colson on the team when Derek Hamby played in the finals, pregnant, and then got released from the team because she did such?
Yeah, no, that's true. Didn't she actually have an open case against the Aces as well?
Yep, she sure as hell did.
That's crazy. So like nothing for that, right? No disdain for anything like that. No disdain for women like that, right? Or we don't like you see these, like you said, you see the men that you quote unquote have a disdain for every single day, and you see how they act, right? But you don't see how these women act.
Yeah, I saw NBA players at your damn game sitting courtside. I saw Usher show up courtside.
How many WNBA players you see at the games?
If they not dating somebody, no.
How many female celebrities y'all see at the games?
Unless they interested in somebody, none for real. Like, unless
so
they're there with their celebrity boyfriend.
Okay. I'll ask you guys one question. Right? When we have all of these people that come out and say they have disdain for men, right? But they don't get the support from their same gender or their shared sex, right? And they get the support from the men, right? When we have the Steph Currys, the Mikal Bridges, the Kyrie Irvings, right, the Ushers, right, all of these celebrities, and they come to the women's games, and then they go as far as to put in the names of these women in their songs.
Yeah. Didn't Drake have what's the tall girl who used to play for the Aces?
Candace Parker.
No.
Or what's her name? The other one. It's freaking escapes me, but how many Asia Wilson bars have we heard from rappers?
Yeah. Like, come on.
Male rappers, not female rappers, because Cardi B album just came out. I haven't heard an Asia Wilson bar. I ain't heard no Kaylin Clark bar. I ain't heard no Paige Beckers bar. I ain't heard nothing.
Nope. Zero.
Y'all not getting no support from no women? What's going on?
Yeah, like it's nasty. But then I'm gonna end it on this one. But this is what we talked about on Tuesday. This is the clip of Dirtbag number 1.
The bus was right here.
Going 2 hotels here.
Yeah.
Don't y'all find that kind of weird? Low key, low key. Come on.
A little, but
okay.
I'm
really turned off right now.
I'm just a fan though.
I know. I appreciate that.
You signed one. You put my name.
A fan waiting by y'all bus to sign his card of you. You find it weird.
You find it weird? You don't and it's crazy because you took the time to ask this man. You don't find that weird. A fan waiting for a player to give him an autograph? Nah, I don't think they find that weird. Because how many times has Steph asked that? How many times has LeBron asked that? How many times has Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Patrick Ewing, Larry Bird, Isaiah? Like, how many times has any male athlete, right, looked at the opposite sex or looked at the same sex and was like, hey, y'all don't find that weird? How many times has they found you little stupid groupie hoes waiting outside their goddamn locker room or hotel room?
Screwed in the hotel room.
Literally. Talking about they could have been. Hey, y'all don't find this weird?
I don't even think they find it weird. I think the NBA players might find it excessive more than anything, right? Like it might be a little excessive.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they don't.
No, exactly.
We're not saying that because the same thing happens or worse to the NBA guys,
right?
And they deal with it. They just like because it comes with the territory of you want to be famous, but you don't want the shit that comes with being famous. Well, you want to pick. I'll take it back. You're picking and choosing what you want to accept with the fame.
There you go.
Yeah. Which
part of being great at something is going to come with some notoriety. It's going to come with some scrutiny, and that's part of it. And you supposed to be able to accept it to some point. Like you can't pick and choose what parts of it you want to accept. If not, just remove yourself from the sport.
Yeah, take yourself away from it.
Yeah, like you know what comes with it.
Yep. Okay. Seen the thumbnail. You know what we're about to get into right now. I'm going to drop this and then we'll go from there.
Yep. Good on Zion for stepping in that and opening up after all this time because we rarely hear him speak and advocate for himself. I look at Zion like not a bust, but a disappointment, who still has some runway left to change the narrative around his story. Like, we don't pay attention to the New Orleans Pelicans because of how bad they've been, but him playing 35 straight games, that's the longest mark of his career. And Stephen A., I'm curious what you think about this because you've been around a lot of guys. I look at players who are late.
Okay. My question I pose to you is two questions. We'll tackle Zion first, and then we'll move over to Wemby after this. Did we expect too much too early from both of these guys? One being Zion, one being Wemby. Because at this point in this juncture, in my eyes, can we call Zion a bust? And then, like I said, we'll get to Wemby in a minute. What we expect, the dominance that we expected from Wemby, we don't see it. Like, it's just not there. That's why I said we'll get to it. But we'll deal with Zion first. Is Zion Williamson a bust?
I'll go first. No, I don't think he's a bust. I do agree with what he said, though. Like, I do think he's been kind of disappointing for sure. But I don't think that's what qualifies you as a bust. To me, a bust is somebody that's just at no point we seen the flashes. At no point we got it, like, any real moments from a player, like or you never managed to find like a role in the league. Like that's, to me, is a bust. Somebody that couldn't even find a role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the NBA is situational. That's my thing. Most sports are. Like, you might get drafted to a team and shit just not going right. And to me, that's even a harder pill to swallow for some players. Like, that's a hard pill to adjust, that you just not it. And a lot of players don't make it once they discover that they're not it. A lot of players don't have the intangibles to become a role player in the league. Mm-hmm. To put their pride to the side and say, you know what, I'm not a superstar, but I can do some things good in this role, in this capacity. Some players just don't have it, because part of it is most players that make it to the NBA at some point in their lives was the best player in their area. It's a hard fucking pill to swallow, to realize that I'm not as good as I thought I was. And so with Zion, I don't see that. Like, Zion, when he's on the court, he's one of the best players in the game.
But I think for me, I guess that's where the is he a bust yet? Because, like I said, the longest stretch that he's ever played consistently, 35 games, just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he's on the court, like you said, he looks like that guy. But the problem has always been he's not on the court. And I'm gonna get to Stephen A's comments after this, and then I'm gonna take a brief intermission and give my thoughts on some other shit. But
I'm laughing because I already know what you're talking about.
But yeah. So I guess if Zion, like I said, if you just look at the raw numbers, 24 points a game. This is for career. 24 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. But he doesn't play enough. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, the numbers will tell you he's productive when he's on the court.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is ain't on the court.
Yeah.
No,
I think that's the biggest knock on him, right? Like, you can't say that the talent and the ability is not there. And that's the reason why, like, when people look at him or try to classify him as a bust, that's just kind of like, I can't say that, because when he's there, and he's a presence to be reckoned with. But unfortunately, and I think the problem that with the Pelicans that they've had is that you've never got him there enough to the point where you can see everything come together. And I think that ultimately will maybe contribute to the bust narrative, because a lot of people haven't seen a lot of them, or they haven't seen a lot of the core guys that they want to see, and what they necessarily have to see what they can build on or take away from or whatever the case may be. But it's just hard for me to give him that label because when he is on the court, he's damn good. Damn good.
Like in 6 years, he's played 260 games.
And
that's an average of 45 games a season.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lockout season though in that time frame. So
that's true.
I still not gonna give him, you know, he do need to be more available because your best ability to me will always be your availability.
Right.
And we all know that's universal through all sports. It's just not basketball. Like I cannot judge you truly if I'm getting spurts of you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't judge you. Like you might be just if anything, it's going to be hard for me to judge you because now I have to look at everything, who you played against and the level of competition of them teams and you played against. Like I'm over micromanaging how good you are at this point versus you're playing a whole season and at least 70 to 80% of a season. I can judge that better. So I get why some people would call him a bust because again, when you come in, I think most of it is the popularity shit. And this is where I think a lot of fans, they create these narratives behind these type of players because we know he's been one of the most coveted players since high school. Right. So and the expectations are there.
Right. And that's where this is going to be rare. So if you're watching this, you might want to record. Okay. This is where I give LeBron credit. Because he went through all of this the exact same way. He had all of the media on his back. He had all of the expectations. He had all of the things, the comparison to being the chosen one, the comparison to being Michael Jordan, having the weight of carrying a franchise coming out of high school. He had all of these things and he didn't crumble. He didn't break under those circumstances. We never saw him fold and treat and just fall apart. Like, and not saying Zion fell apart. It's just when you look at the circumstance, because their circumstances are very similar. One handled it horribly. The other one handled it the way you would want your franchise star young player to handle it. That'll be the last time I ever give LeBron James credit.
I mean, but that's fair though, because just looking at it, right? And I think it was bad on all sides, especially when it comes to Zion, right? Like you draft him high and he obviously has the hamstring or the knee injury, or whatever the case may be, or just the tendonitis because there aren't people that are knowledgeable enough about certain parts of his body that would help him land properly, right? Which is a big problem. And that was another thing, right? That was going to be my next point, is the fact that when you do have the wrong mechanics or the wrong technique and you're landing it properly, and on top of that, your body weight is more than what you can necessarily handle, especially on your muscles and your tendons, it's going to show. And I don't think anybody handled that situation correctly.
Yeah. And, and that leads into what Stephen A was talking about and what you got the New Orleans Pelicans front office involved, and not front office, but their social media team, where he literally was just saying, like, look, and these are all facts. Like you had to put in his contract, he had to control his weight. You had to put things in place so that he doesn't just eat himself out the damn league. Yeah. He doesn't have discipline. He doesn't have discipline in that area.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was the biggest problem because they knew, I feel like on some way, shape, or form, teams know the mannerisms or the characteristics of these guys before they draft them. And so you know the type of person that you're drafting, right? You know, obviously he has an eating problem. You know, obviously he has a weight problem. The biggest thing that I think they dropped the ball on is him being young and the mental fortitude that he doesn't necessarily have because he's such a young guy coming out of a very prominent basketball school, right? So you don't have the proper nutrition plan in place for him because he's in New Orleans, which is a major food city. So of course he's going to sit up there and indulge, and he has all of this money now. So he's going to go out and blow it on and stuff like that. We understand that the social media with the porn star case. So there's that, right? Like it's just all of this stuff that should have been handled either prior to draft or exactly when he was drafted, right? Like you guys gotta if looking at it as an investment, like yeah, nah, nigga, if you can't get right, bro, you can't be here. So yeah, as soon as we draft you, as soon as we bring you in, yeah, you're going on a meal plan, right? We got to get you cut, right? And we're gonna put all the stipulations in your contract. Yep, you're gonna adhere to that, right? We're gonna monitor your social media. We're gonna monitor your spending, all this stuff like that. We're gonna get your parents or your mom, whoever the fucking case may be involved, to where you're gonna start making more responsible decisions, both financially and nutritionally wise, right? So like I think he dropped the ball for sure, but I think New Orleans also dropped the ball because they were so excited to have such a prominent player since that we've been talking about since high school that was going to join their franchise.
Yeah, and because it's hard for a lot of people to understand. It's like a lot of organizations, they're drafting you, but they're not drafting you. Like they're drafting you for what you can do, but they don't care about you, the person. Only, and that what I mean by that is they're only going to start worrying about you when it affects them.
Yes, there you go.
They're not going to preempt the help. Like they didn't look at Zion and be like, okay, well, let's put, like Mula said, we're going to put these things in place first and then move forward. They put the things in place after bullshit started happening.
Mm-hmm. Because the character started to affect not only his play, but the team around him.
Right.
I would agree that, like in his particular situation, that the off-court transgressions that we know, I call the boy Freaky Z. We know how he gets down. You know, he gets down. You feel me? But and part of that is like this is where I would agree with Mel as far as when I compare the LeBron James situation. I think LeBron does have a good team around him. They protect him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you need that in this day of market, the way the social media can attack you, the way, you know, you need to have good people in your circle that have your best interests.
Right.
Clearly,
you can't have yes people around you.
No, you cannot have yes men around. Yes men don't do you no good in today's society. Like they're going to get you in trouble. John Morant has a lot of yes men around him. That's why he stays in trouble in the trouble that he was in.
Exactly. 100%.
You know? So with Zion, though, I'm not trying to bag a player because injuries is going to always be, to me, like somewhat unseen and unpredictable. You can't predict when a player gets hurt. And it's unfortunate when it does happen, especially to a player like a Zion Williams, because we obviously want to see the best of the best play and be healthy. We want to see that as consumers of the sport. But for him, again, like I would still rather see him put together a real season, like 2 or 3 seasons of him just being consistently healthy. I'm not saying he got to play every game because I almost understand a player like him with his size, the way it's going to be hard for him to play 82 games. It's just,
shouldn't.
I think history suggests players like him is just hard for him to do. He's too explosive for his own good. He gonna always catch these weird ass injuries.
Well, I think a part of it also does come in with the nutrition part. With the nutrition part of the conversation is like, does he need to be 280 pounds? No, not at 6'6".
Nah, he don't.
Can he get it down to 260?
Probably.
Yeah. Like
I
think
that his perfect weight is like 255 to 265 around that.
Yeah, like I think that would be a good starting spot for him. But we're talking about him. He's been in the league since 2019. He's never been in the playoffs. Like it's.
I thought he would.
I think they went to the play-in and they lost to the Lakers when they got hurt.
I think he played Phoenix.
No, they did play Phoenix. No, they did go to the play. They went to the playoffs. One time, played Phoenix and got swept.
Yeah.
I don't think he played.
I'm gonna check.
Now, that's the thing. I'm not too sure he played. I knew the last time he played in a playoff or like a playoff environment.
He didn't play.
Oh yeah, see, well then the last time he played in a playoff environment was that playing game where they took him out when his hamstring was when he had that hamstring.
Like
I think it was the Lakers.
we got to see. He's 25. He's still young. He's a very young man, but we got to see it. We got to see it. We have to. He's got to put it together. Like the last two seasons, like he played 30 games last year. He's at 46 this year. He's only played over 60 games twice.
I mean,
and I know injuries played it. I understand the injury part of it, but that's a lot of not playing.
What if he's Larry Johnson? Because that's who he reminds me of anyway, right? Like for the most part.
I can kind of see that though. I can kind of.
But what if he just has the career of Larry Johnson?
But Larry played more than he did though. Larry, his shit really started after the back though. Zion been like this since touchdown.
As it stands, right? Larry Johnson is a 2-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
Zion Williamson is a 2-time All-Star. He is yet to make an All-NBA team, but I'm just saying, like, say he makes one. Like, I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, he's having similar to a Larry Johnson type career. Guy that I thought Larry Johnson should have been more than what he was.
Yeah, the back on the back. Literally.
He was a great player, like one of the most explosive players I've ever seen.
Yeah, but once he hurt his back, it slowed him up a lot.
But I'm saying that's what I mean. Like injuries is still hindering Zion. He's always got some weird injury going on. Like I'm just saying, like it's going to be players like Zion Williamson as the game go on. Like it's going to always be these type of players. Like it's hard for me to call you a bust again, though. If when you're healthy, you're being one of the better players in the league. That's all I'm saying. Like it'd be different if he's just a shell of himself, like a Ben Simmons when he come back out here. Like Ben Simmons went from being one of the best players in the league to I don't know what the fuck he be doing out here now.
Yeah, I mean it's I mean Larry, I'm looking at it right now. Larry Johnson, but he's still 82, 51 when he got hurt. 81, 76, 70, 49, 70, 65 games. He still played.
And I think Zion gonna still play. Like I still think he's young, like you said. Like the difference between would be with them is the age gaps. Like I think Larry Johnson played all 4 years at UNLV, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, I think he left his junior year.
Okay, so but Zion obviously one and done, and I think Zion eventually is going to figure out how to stay a little bit more healthy and play a little bit more. But I also don't think, again, a player like him until he starts showing the true impact, because that's the same thing with Larry Johnson. The impact wasn't never really there. You've seen the star power, you've seen the player, but the impact never truly was there. Where you seeing him carrying teams or
in Charlotte,
he never carried Charlotte.
I mean, Lonzo was there.
Exactly.
So he had another guy with him.
That's what I mean. Like it was debatable who's the best player. Like it was debatable because Alonzo was like that back then. He was really like
that's what I said. He had Lonzo. Like I totally get why somebody would say Larry didn't anchor that team because you had another guy that good on the side of you.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think Zion has that. He don't have another guy as good as him on his team.
No,
I wouldn't expect the same results that the Charlotte Hornets was giving.
Well, didn't he play with AD for a little bit?
No,
he didn't play with AD. AD came the year after.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
I think they played 1 year. I think they played his rookie season. They played together.
AD got traded his rookie year.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
That's how they. Yeah. I just think when it comes to the whole Zion case, right? Like, it is a knock on New Orleans, and at the end of the day, I think the comparison is fair. We do want him to play a lot more games, but it has to be, like I said, like the team around him, right? And thinking about this, right? LeBron James spends $1 million on his body, right? There's a whole bunch of other players that have come out and like, yeah, I spend this much money, this amount of money on our body. Bro, like, you got to take your workout regimen seriously. You feel me? Like you got to take those pre-season workouts, those after-season recoveries. You got to take those times seriously, bro, because it shows up in the small nagging injuries that don't go away. The hamstring, the ankle, the tendon here, the knee here, the this there, like the shoulder. That's where the weightlifting comes in, right? When you're banging the weights, when you're actually training the muscles that need to be trained, the quick twitch muscles, because as a basketball player, that's majority of what you're using, a lot of quick twitch muscles. Like you have to train those.
Quick twitch on them strippers and porn
See,
stuff.
and that's the thing, like your priorities is fucked up. And we see that. And that's the reason why every single time players come in hurt or they get hurt or they have all of these nagging injuries, like you cat it off in off season. That's what that tells me. You cat it off in off season. You wasn't doing something you were supposed to be doing.
You know, he was doing something.
He was doing something, but he wasn't doing something he was supposed to be doing.
He was working some muscles for sure.
Yeah, not the work of muscles he needed to work out, man. You feel me? He needed to stop doing some pelvic thrusts and start doing some squats, man.
He was squatting too.
You hear me? Nah, man.
Barbell squats, not BBL squats.
Zion need to just put together some decent seasons where we.
I'm a Zion guy. We'll just have a conversation. I think it's not going to happen until he gets out of New Orleans.
That's what I was going to mostly say. Like for the most part, I think that New Orleans situation, they need to trade him anyway while he's still valuable. That's what
25 years old.
I would do
25.
that if I was New Orleans. I would trade him while he's valuable. I can get the most for him right now. And we're not going to sell seats like that, no way, when we're a bad team.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can have this power right now. And you're not going to sell seats because like nobody wants to come see a team just lose. Like, they gotta believe that you have a chance to win.
It's time. Speaking
I've always felt like that. I've always felt like Zion needed to change the scenery, honestly.
Yeah. So speaking of time, moving this next portion, I'm going to put the disclaimer up. The actions and words that are about to come out of the mouth of OG Mel is not that or should be reflected or from the sidelines. I am acting independently upon my own fruition. I'm gonna take this hat off so everybody understands where this is about to go. Okay.
OG Mel. Oh man.
Okay.
He said he going back to Queens for this one, so y'all just buckle up.
I'm going back to Queens on this. All right. I'm gonna play this and then I'm gonna go.
Who are living out a dream that you can never accomplish. You fucking cornball. I'm not here to discredit Stephen A. for what he's done in his career. I'm in this business because of Stephen A. Smith. All I have seen from this man is be an absolute embarrassment. I'm ashamed to say that he's the one that inspired me to get into this business. He is an absolute cornball. You're lame. I met you. And it was one of the worst experiences that I've ever had in this entire business. As a dude at 58 years old who always dreamed of playing in the NBA, to sit there and then just be like, well, I'm more popular than y'all. Bro, you're lame. You think that you are the story continuously, over and over and over again. You sit there and you jest about players and athletes, knowing good and damn well you wanted to be that. There's a level of respect that you're supposed to have for the players that you made your career covering. Have fun in politics, bro, because I don't want to hear shit else you got to say. You're a 58-year-old having a popularity contest with 19, 20, 21-year-olds. You fucking cornball.
Okay, let me get it going. It's crazy that somebody who allows grown men to call him Care Bear is talking about lame. Now, you want Stephen A. Smith to have respect for people in a sport in which he, said he wanted to play and he had aspirations for, but he didn't. He played basketball, but he wanted to be a journalist. That's what it was. But don't you think you should have some level of respect for the dude that you claim inspired you to do what you're doing, stupid? Okay. Stephen A. didn't make it personal. You made it personal. Stephen A. literally just commented on the things that were actually real. Zion has a weight problem. They caught Zion smuggling food underneath his bed. In his contract, they have all of these things about his weight, the restaurants, all of this stuff is documented. This is not and has never been his opinion on Zion Williamson. You calling him a cornball is your opinion. And maybe you hold some type of resentment because you said yourself, when you met him, it wasn't a good experience. Do I know if that's true or not? No, you could just be saying that. But I can tell you, I know the man too. One of the best. I met him several times. Had dinner with him, everything. Great. So I don't know what you're talking about on what your experience was with Stephen A. I can tell you about mine. And how could you sit there and say he's wrong for critiquing athletes when you sit there with 3 other motherfuckers critiquing athletes? And I'm going to get to Emmanuel Acho because he contradicts himself all the time, and I'm going to fire his ass up too. He's just friendly firing all this because Care Bear wanted to open up his mouth with them dusty braids.
Yeah, that was for me. I seen that I think earlier today. It's ironic. I was actually going to see if we should talk about this. I didn't know, but yeah, that was corny. That was real corny of dude. Like it seemed like you just I've never heard of dude before this clip. Never seen any content that he puts out or anything. And granted, he might say the same thing about me one day if he watching our shit. Like, oh, I never seen you and this and that. But like, bro, like you just seem like you want 15 minutes of fame. It's just screaming at you.
Yeah,
want to be nasty as fuck. At the end of the day, everybody knows Stephen A. For what he is. He's a personality. We all know that, and he's the best personality in the business. Clearly, he makes the most money doing what the fuck he do. But to sit here and try to make it seem like his aspirations are to be LeBron, he never comes off as that to me. He comes off as someone that's reporting the game, how he sees it, and adds a little flair to it, which is part of being a personality. You have to sell it.
Yeah.
He sells it.
It's
And
at the end of the day.
Like, goddamn, like he sells it no differently than you just tried to sell that fucking 5 minute of what you just did. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's a cornball. If he is like, what the fuck do you think you was doing? You trying to sell it? We get it, bro.
Thank you.
Calm down. You just mad you not Stephen A. with it. And a lot
Thank
of niggas
you.
will never be Stephen A. with it. Just accept that. Just accept it. You'll have a better day once you accept that. He's good at what he does.
And you want to be as good as him at what he does.
The funniest thing about this is a lot of people make fun of Stephen A for quote unquote not making it, but nigga, you didn't make it. You weren't good enough to play. That's why you were talking about the game. You are Stephen A.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you sitting here talking all this shit about a dude who you literally are. You didn't make it, nigga. You couldn't play football, bro. If you don't know, this is Care Bear. He got his claim to fame off TikTok for talking about sports. He is a Dallas Cowboy fan. Shocking, right? Born and raised in Texas. All right, but wasn't good enough to play sports, which is why he talks about sports. He said this out of his own fucking mouth. I'm not talking shit. You feel me? This is what he said. So at the end of the fucking day, you can't sit up here and make fun of a nigga who you are. If he wasn't good enough to make it, nigga, which he was actually, he just got fucking hurt. You weren't good enough to make it. Second, I don't understand this ploy or this fucking stupid ass shit that people do when they get on their podcast and talk about the nigga who was talking about the news. Is Zion's weight problem not been new sports news since the day he's got drafted?
Yep.
Has his demeanor, has his character, has everything that he's been doing outside the court been called into question since the day he got drafted?
Yep.
Why is it only a problem when Stephen A. talks about it, when Colin Cowherd talks about it, when the Nick Wrights of the world talks about it, when the Skip Baylesses of the world talks about it, when all of these other sporting outlets talks about it, and they killed Zion to oblivion? I just listened to a freaking radio to two different radio stations today talking about Zion, literally killing him about his fucking weight. But y'all want to always talk shit about Stephen A.
Because you're gonna be it's what
Other niggas didn't play. Nick Wright didn't play. Fucking the other cornball that we fucking Jason, whatever fuck McIntyre, his ass didn't play. Colin Cowherd didn't play. None of these other niggas played. Stephen A actually played. Yeah, he didn't play a long time, but he played. He actually has a claim to the sport in which he fucking talks about. None of them other niggas do. But y'all always got a problem with Stephen A when he reports on sports news like it's I don't know, like it's his fucking job. It's literally his job. It's sporting news. It has news to do with sports. And so what? He's gonna fucking talk about it. Like y'all act like he's not supposed to talk about it. Oh well, NBA players all suck this fucking week, right? All the best NBA players had record lows. I'm not saying that this is actually what happened. I'm just bringing up an example. All the best NBA players had record lows. Do y'all sit up there and watch First Take and expect to and stare at the TV and expect Stephen A. not to talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh, dog, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like he gets paid the big bucks because he's made a very good living on doing what the fuck he's wanted to do. Y'all made up that stupid ass narrative to saying he's wanted to be an NBA player. No, y'all said that shit. At the end of the day, it's sports news. He's going to talk about sports news because that's his job. That's why all you niggas tuned in to fucking First Take in the first place. Why y'all used to watch Cold Pizza. Why y'all used to watch the Undisputeds and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's why y'all watch it. To see what they have to say. If honestly, if y'all really felt this way about it, I promise you, Stephen A. shit would be canceled tomorrow because y'all control the ratings, y'all control the watch times, y'all control everything that they're getting. So if y'all really felt this strongly about it, guess what? Turn the fuck off. But you obviously don't. You obviously like what he's saying to a level or to an extent because you keep watching it.
Yeah, because you got to understand how media works. You have to provoke a feeling in the people that are watching. They're either going to love it or hate it. Either way, you must provoke something in them for them to continue to watch. Because they're either going to watch it to hate you or they're going to watch it because they love you. It's one of those. The people who don't care don't watch. It's the people on the other sides. It's the haters and the lovers.
It's a reason why Floyd Mayweather is being able to unretire at 49 years old because people want to pay to see him lose. Yes. Literally, they just want to see him lose. They don't like his fighting style. And most people that watch boxing can admit like he's not the most exciting fighter to watch.
Yeah, but then see, and that's the crazy thing is that when there's fans of boxing, and then there's people who are boxing, like who love boxing. And if you watch, and people who love boxing will tell you the object of boxing is to hit and not get hit. And that's what Floyd does. And to y'all, that's boring. That's boring to y'all.
It's not the bash your face in, kick him in the face, UFC bullshit that they want to see. Make him tap out, break his arm shit.
To me, that's effective. That's effective, and that's the impact on winning shows it. He's undefeated. It works. His style works. It works to the point that nobody has ever beat me. Like that's what I care about. I don't care how pretty you are. That's why when people tell me that they think Kyrie Irving's a superstar, I tell them no, because yes, his game appears to be of a superstar when you're watching it from a aesthetic standpoint.
You like the style of play.
It looks amazing. Of course, but he's not having the same level of a Stephen Curry. Right. There's no way you're going to convince me that he's doing that. I watch the game for the impact, not for the aesthetics. I watch to see what's really going on.
There's a saying about don't confuse being busy with being productive.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, that's when they say, "Oh, well, he don't got no bag." That's what they mean. They want to see somebody busy, not productive. Yes. They want to see somebody busy. Oh, he can dribble through the legs, tween, hezzy, all that. Yeah, but it's the old. Remember the Boondocks episode with Riley? He spent the whole time dribbling, but he couldn't shoot.
Exactly,
couldn't shoot for shit.
That's what they like that.
What they call it, $1 million move. What's the phrase?
5-cent finish.
Exactly. So. But I think that's for most fans throughout all sports. most fans are there for the highlights, for the thrills.
Exactly. They're not there for the game.
Most fans. They're not there for the actual game that's being happened. They're not there for the adjustments. Like if you're a real football fan, you're watching football to see what the coaches are really doing for real. Like what adjustments are they making?
That was my biggest gripe when people was talking about the Super Bowl was born. I was like, Super Bowl wasn't born.
What?
Literally, thank you.
That was a chess game.
Amazing game.
Yeah. Like that's what football is to its core. Is how can I move these guys around the field to make something happen? And the other guys on the other side, how can I stop you from doing whatever it is you trying to do? That's what made that Super Bowl. Y'all got used to watching 42-49.
Mm-hmm.
You got used to that. You got used to seeing 80-yard bombs and all that, and forgetting that the defense has to do something too.
Yeah, defense plays too. They have jobs. They get paid.
But even in games like that, like we can understand where, like, because the same thing in any sport. I like sometimes you can be a great defender and just a better offensive player made a better play against you. It happens. It does not take away from you as a defender.
As being a good defender.
Somebody made a great play on you. Right. Like you might have did every fucking thing right in that play. That guy just made a great play on you. It happens. It's a part of the game. The one thing I'm evaluating you as a defender in that play is, was you there? Was you in the play? Was you trying? Was you doing everything you could have, and it just happened to you? So that's the difference with a lot of people. They're not watching that of the sport. They're watching the highlight. They're watching the one-handed catch. They're watching the trick shots. They're watching the highlight dunks. We get it. And this is where people get exposed at when you try to figure out their level of knowledge of a sport. Yeah. Because are you a casual or not, sir? Like in most people.
Reason why I tell niggas y'all don't watch the games.
Y'all don't know shit.
Nope. And then I'm gonna get to Emmanuel Acho right now because we've done enough Emmanuel Acho reactions over here, but let's do another.
Stephen A made it personal. And that's what Stephen A often does. In the sake and in the name of entertainment, he made it personal. But the other problem is, like, people get on me, Acho, your career this, your career that, and I hear them. But, like, what was hard for me is people who literally didn't make it to the league. Like, it's near impossible. There's 28,000 eligible draft picks and, like, 300 get drafted.
Yeah.
So when I hear the likes of even, like, a Stephen A or, like, a Skip Bayless and all them cats, like, who literally didn't play at all. So that's where I'm just like, you got to be a little mindful. You were never in an NBA huddle. So you actually don't know the pressures nor.
You wasn't in an NBA huddle either, nigga.
But you got NBA.
So you can't talk NBA stuff then. If that's the case, you should only be able to talk football for a little bit. Because that's how long you was in the league. A little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, niggas talking about this nigga didn't play like he didn't go to college to play. Yes, he got hurt, but he actually went to college and played. If we sit here and gonna talk about motherfuckers who weren't qualified to play, then none of you niggas up there should be talking.
Man, tell me in what world where I pay money to consume a product where I can't critique it? In what world?
Right, but that narrative I don't like when people start saying, "Well, you never did X, Y, and Z, so you can't talk about it." It's a lie. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because sports journalists, 95% of them in history never played the sport that they're critiquing.
Quite literally never played.
Or never played it, even if they never played it professionally. Like that's the thing that's
what I mean. Yeah, professionally.
Yeah, that's what they do. If that's where they started, most of them started. Did you even play D1 ball? They start with there? Did you play D1? Yeah. They start there. If you can't,
first they say, did you play ball? And you say yeah. Did you play? Did you play D1 ball?
You're right.
And they just keep upping it up. Every time you answer the question, they raise the bar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like no one ever asked if Stuart Scott played basketball or football. No one ever asked if Chris Berman played basketball or football. We didn't ask Linda Cohen if she played fucking basketball or football. We never did any of that. We
Because it didn't
allowed
matter until these fucking athletes started getting in their feelings because they were getting critiqued over some shit that they were or were not doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
And
Nobody fucking cared.
but I do agree with them on certain things. Like certain people do be a little bit nasty.
they do. Yeah.
Some
And
people do be egregious for sure.
Yeah, they be a little bit nasty, and some of these people do say things that they necessarily wouldn't say to these people's faces. I don't feel like I ever do that, no matter when I'm critiquing a player or anything. I would say a player had a trash game or anything. I don't never call anybody that made it to the league trash though, like for real, because I think making it to the league is impressive enough. Like that's something most people don't do.
Yeah,
right.
Like
Go out and say that type of rhetoric for me. I'll call you trash if you made it to the league.
I'll call you trash to your face. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't care if you made it to the league or not. Yes, it's a good compliment, but bitch, you suck, nigga. You got here, but you suck when you got here. So, nigga, at the end of the day,
I think if a player is overdoing their career, then like sometimes I feel that way about Gilbert Arenas. I think he had a great.
He overblows what he did in the league.
Yes, I believe that. Like I think he was for them 3 years. He was a very great player, like top 10 type player. But like the way people view him, because he's a character and a personality, some people would, in their minds, think that he had a better career than a guy like Adrian Dantley, and he didn't.
He will literally sit and he'll tell you every chance he get, he gonna tell you he scored 60 on Kobe.
Oh, for every chance he get, you know he gonna drop that line. Oh, I gave Kobe 60. I gave Kobe 60.
Y'all might remember this. I know you niggas remember this. You know what it reminds me of, because Tony Romo is a great like breakdown, play-by-play type of announcer when he be talking that shit. Like he's great at it. Yeah. But he didn't have this Hall of Fame career. Like the way he talks, you would think,
because like, there's a Tony Romo is the definition of someone who knows football elitely but couldn't play football elitely.
Agreed.
Like Peyton Manning knows football elite and can play elite.
True.
Tom Brady is not elite as a player, but he was elite in knowing how to play the game.
Mm-hmm. And knowing how to win the game.
If you look at, because Tom Brady's arm is mid. He's not athletic, but his mind, he's smart as fuck. He knows what you're going to do before you do it.
I actually think you say the same thing about Peyton, though. Peyton not athletic, but Peyton ain't got no crazy.
But Peyton's arm is better than Brady's. It's
better. I would say it is better, but I think like they both still have the same strengths. Their minds, they know how to break down defenses. That's what their strengths are. Like both of their strengths are the same. Like because Peyton don't have a crazy deep ball, neither does Brady. They're accurate. Like even when you look at Peyton, like he throws a lot of ducks, but they accurate.
That was older than me. That was after the neck thing.
Even when he was like, I'm just saying, like he don't throw a pretty football, even in his younger days. Like it's not a perfect spiral. Like he just never been that, but he was accurate. Yeah, I wouldn't because his ball placement is great.
Yeah, and it's like, so when you listen, like there are guys that are like that, and I don't discredit those guys because I understand where they're coming from. Because sometimes your mind is telling you things that your body can't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why Romo is so great at being an announcer is because his mind still works. His mind still works. His body was never able to do some of the things that he's talking about, but he's seen it. He knew it was coming. Body just couldn't let him do it.
I agree. But that's what I mean when I say like it's Gilbert Arenas is that to me of the NBA, where he talks in a light that people respect his takes. Like he's trying to pay homage to a certain degree to certain players from certain eras, but then at the same time he's digging up this era where he's trying to obviously make LeBron appears to be like better than Jordan, right? That's what his gimmick is. Like, so I understand what he's doing. I understand why people may be appealing to it, but that's the same thing people should understand. Like this dude that went on this little rant, you should understand why people appeal to Stephen A. I hear females. I go in the break room some days in my job, and females will be like, "I hate him. He's just always loud." But you know him though.
Yeah, you know who he is.
That's the whole purpose of this.
And
You
on
know
top
who
of that,
he is. If I was nobody, you wouldn't care what I was saying.
and this is the beautiful part, right? This is the beautiful part about this, because we have so much disdain and so much vitriol and so much hateful energy for somebody, and we're doing the exact same thing. Like I said earlier, doing the exact same thing he's doing. Everything that you just did, you claim that he did to Zion. And the funny thing is, he didn't do nothing about that to Zion. He literally was reporting the news that needed to be reported because that is his job. You took that, ran with it, and made it completely personal.
Right.
Calling him lame, calling him this, calling him that. Like, I didn't hear him call Zion out of his name not once.
No, he didn't. And that's
the way you was talking about Stephen A, you would have thought he was talking about him.
The only player I feel like he really got down on was Kwame Brown.
Was Kwame. That's it.
That's the only player. Like I truly feel like he got down on, and even then it was just like it's not the nastiest shit
he's ever said.
And people making it seem like the truth about it, he was selling the fuck out of it. Hell yeah! If I can get Pal Gasol for Kwame Brown, bye. He like what the fuck? Like he was selling that shit and it made sense.
And that's his job to sell it. Like it, I don't understand it, but what you said, Mulich, is about how they made it personal, but they say Stephen A made it personal, and that's why they're upset. But then this was Kyler Murray. I mean, not Kyler. This was Emmanuel Acho on Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray has already proven to you what his ceiling is. We know what little man's ceiling is. Maybe 9-8, maybe 10-7, go to the playoffs, get dusted.
I'll stop it right there because he referred to him as little man. Several different after you called him Kyler Murray. Because you could have just kept calling him Kyler Murray. You chose not to. You chose to be personal and nasty by saying little man. Now, when we talk about Kyler Murray, we don't even call him Kyler Murray. We just call him Fast Feet. And anybody who watches the show, no, once we say Fast Feet, you know who we're talking about. But that's not a derogatory statement. What he's doing is being derogatory. So how can you be mad at Stephen A? So you say that he made it personal. You calling Kyler Murray the little man is making it personal.
Man, the shit I done heard about Acho through the last 2-3 years anyway, just alone, like his character and is questionable to some degree anyway. Like, but it just like you said, the last clip that you played, like, just shows the whole hypocrisy in his statement. It's like it because this what he's going to do to you. Did you even play professional? Okay, what if Kyler Murray, and this is why Kevin Durant kind of do the shit that he do to people. Did you ever win an MVP, nigga? Like, did you like it? We're gonna keep going on. It's gonna keep going. So we're gonna keep talking about achievements at this point. Then it's just never gonna stop.
You were in the league for 2 years, bro.
Exactly.
2.
And
so based off your own logic, you can't even see. No,
like you shouldn't be talking about nobody that's a starter. You should only talk about people that didn't start.
Yeah.
How about
that? And after 3, and if they started if they weren't starters and they were in the league after 3 years, you guys shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like just
based off your logic, that's what you said. You know.
That's how they be coming off. Like the only players that you can talk about is people that you're on the same level with too. Then, if that's the case, you don't have an opinion.
Yeah, that's just your logic. You have to. This is what we do all the time, is that we just pin your stupid logic against you and then have you look at it and be like, I guess that was kind of stupid. I guess I can't do it. Can't say, oh, well, I don't like guys who didn't make it to the league, talking about guys who made it to the league. Well, you talk basketball all the time, so why should we even listen to you about basketball? You didn't play basketball. You played football for a little bit. You weren't even good enough to stay in the league. So How are you sitting there to critique somebody who's been in the league longer than you've been in the league, who's been more successful in the league than you? And I'm just using your logic. That's all.
It's just stupid, bro. Like at the end of the day, all of this is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
All of it in sports talk, period. It's all subjective. It's all about, I would say it's subjective mixed with consensus. That's what it is, right? It's subjective mixed with consensus. How the consensus feel plus actual logic, right? Like of the sport. So again, it's consensusly known that Jordan is the GOAT, right? Like that's kind of the consensus. And LeBron is, for the most part, the second best player. Now, third, I don't know. You have people that's going to say Kobe. You have people that might say Kareem. Now, what I will tell you is that from NBA players, I think the top three players to them, no matter what order you put it in, is LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe.
Yeah.
From the players that I've heard. And this is not just from this era of basketball, you have plenty of players, older players that have said this.
It's enough data out there that'll tell you those three, doesn't matter the order doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
They'll have those three amongst the top three greatest basketball players of all time.
Yes.
It's consensus. Especially if you watch the game, like people claim how they do watch the game, then it would be consensus.
So again, all of it is subjective because we all know, like Bleacher Report put out a top 10 next year with Kobe Bryant. He done miraculously found himself out the top 15 all of a sudden. Like, goddamn, we know that and the casual fan is going to run with that. They're going to see that and be like, oh, well, how the fuck y'all call him top 3? And Bleacher don't even got him top 15. And y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all old heads. Y'all just down on heels and X, Y, and Z. And the reality is, like, bro, like you.
It's all opinion. It's barbershop talk at the end of the day. That's all it really is.
At the end of the day.
He
has an opinion.
Speaking of opinions, I got mine. Wemby. Is he really the alien that people think he is or say he is? And I say this because for somebody with his skill set and his size, we would expect, at least me, I'll say me. I would expect a little more dominance or at least flashes of dominance than what I've seen from him. I would not expect Wemby to be averaging 23 points, 8 rebounds. No, I think it's like 11 rebounds. It's 11 rebounds.
I think you have a double-double for sure.
Where we at? He is averaging. Where is Victor? 23 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 assists. We'll say 3 assists, 2 blocks. Now, on the surface, good numbers for an NBA player on surface. But we're talking about somebody that who's supposed to be like supposed to be the next one. Like we're talking like torch passing person. Like they're making 23 and 11. I'm expecting more.
Year 3. I would say defensively, he's an alien.
What's up, Reed?
What's the word, brother? Yeah, defensively, I'm gonna call him an alien. His shot changing ability, the way teams are reacting to him, especially guards, I would give him that. I do think if anything, he's seeming to be more of a generational defensive type of player as far as rim protection. Now, offensively, I think he has somewhat of a a nasty kind of shot diet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not in love with the shot diet. I think at that size, he should be posting up a little bit more. I'm not even saying that he has to be Hakeem Olajuwon with it. I think he can be Dirkish or KD-ish with it, like where you're at least still in that area getting higher quality shots more so than not.
That's why.
Yeah, I think he settles a lot offensively. So I understand like the offensive production isn't necessarily there, but I also think he's playing on a very quality team right now. You have a lot of good players on that team.
Ain't nobody better than him.
I agree. There's nobody better than him. But what I'm saying, when you have a good team like that, and defense is a part of like y'all identity at the same time, like they're trying to. I don't see a scenario where he really, with that type of team, needs to be putting up like super outlandish numbers necessarily.
Shit. Any team he on, he go to the front of the rim, put your long ass arm up, catch this ball, and dunk it.
I don't think it's that simple though, because he's not.
It is so simple.
He's not that strong. No, but like realistically though, he's not an imposing like strength wise. Like he
don't need to be strong. Either I'm a dunk this shit on you. I'm going to free throw line to shoot too.
I get what you're saying. I ain't saying this. What I mostly feel is that a guy like him would have to ultimately get the ball right 10, 12 feet from the basket and kind of impose his will, right? Like at that point, like you can get downhill like a little bit, like because you can still, that's a triple threat possession. If I catch the ball 10, 12 feet, I can face you up depending on the defender. Because that's the difference with a guy like that. That's why I say like it's different because based on the defenders that's guarding him. If I have a big on me, like most of the time the bigs are strong enough to keep him from.
I'm my bad. I'm just trying to answer the question. Like, go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm just saying, like, I just think the bigs, like, that's typically guarding him, they're actually bigs, like a Rudy Gobert. He can't impose his will on a Rudy Gobert like that. Like, he's not stronger than Rudy.
Yeah, but with a dude like Rudy, see this, I guess this is where my mind comes in. It's like if Rudy's on me, I'm taking Rudy Goofy ass outside. I'm taking him out 12 to 15 feet, and I'm a boogie on you, and then you ain't got nothing left. You got nothing left. On the smaller guys, I'm just taking you down to the paint.
Right, for sure. And but that's more like, to me, that comes with IQ, right? That's less level of understanding of the game, seeing what teams is.
Thank you for telling me
that. But I think a young player don't have that right away.
He should. He's been playing basketball since he was fucking 12.
Yeah, but it was a different game that he was playing overseas. It wasn't the same game. Like it's super team oriented, where the NBA is super based off of what you as an individual want to do. Like, how are you going to overall make the team adjust to what you're doing to win? Like not the team that you're playing for, like the other team. Like that's what the NBA is about. Star power. It's always been that way.
Yeah, I believe especially if I'm somebody like De'Aaron Fox, bro, I'm leaving the game with 25 assists. I'm just like, yo, bro, just go in front of the rim. I got you. It's money.
Yeah, that's kind of fair.
Like, it's money.
But I can't say I would be thinking that from De'Aaron Fox, because on one hand, that's like being like unrealistic. Like all these players that made it to the league, especially if you made it to the league and you actually having some success in the league, you want to be one of them niggas. It's hard to just be like, I'm finna just dump it down. No, I'm finna show you why I'm one of him too.
No, you was one of him on the fucking Kings and y'all sucked. Go when you a goddamn champion.
That is fair.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair because
kind of though, because he was, and they was low-key not low-key, they was trash. But like that really didn't get you nowhere.
Right. There is no spacing when Wemby's at the top of the key. Like that's my biggest thing is like make the defense collect, because whoever's on him gonna need help. They're gonna need help.
I agree. But that's more on Wemby than De'Aaron Fox first. And then that's on coaching and other things. Like De'Aaron Fox can't make Wemby just go down to the hole. He has to be.
Him like, listen here, Linky, go down there. You gonna drop 60 points tonight.
He called the nigga Linky, G.
Yeah, get your lanky ass in the paint, nigga. Put your hand up.
Oh shit.
No, it's the easiest way to. Wemby his field goal percentage should be like a free throw percentage. That shit should be in the 80s. Like he should not. Him taking long jump shots is stupid. It's dumb.
I agree, but I'm still saying though, like, because y'all know how I am. I still speak to the human of these niggas. It's hard, gang, to really be like a De'Aaron Fox and just say like, yeah, I just want to be the dude that's just handing Wemby the ball. Like it's easy for Gary Payton to say that.
My numbers would look nuts. I'd average fucking 5 points and 30 assists. It looked crazy.
But you know, ain't no way you can just get away with that.
Watch me until they stop it.
But I'm saying though, that's like almost he's not no more imposing than a player like Shaq, because Penny was more than happy to get that bitch to Shaq every play. He's not averaging 20 and 20.
Bro, he's just all you got to do is go in front of the rim, put your arm up.
But I'm saying but just think about Penny Hardaway playing with Shaq. Penny is a pass first player. He never averaged double digits assists playing with Shaq. Never.
Because he didn't tell Shaq to get his big ass in the paint.
but I don't think it. What I'm saying is that it's hard to, for one, when you have a real talented team like the Magic were. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, Wemby does need to add weight. Yes.
Like, yeah. I just think it's hard to do that when you have a young Shaq, a young Nick Anderson, a Derek Scott. Like that was a fast flowing team. They was getting shit done. It's hard to we just finna dump it down to the big fella. Like we so talented. That ain't the only thing that we gotta do. And I think
he's gonna make y'all better. Because when they start collapsing, guess who get the wide open jump shot now?
But that's the problem with that type of offense, because that's the same type of offense that LeBron James run, where it's over predictive, where people know, like everybody knows LeBron is just trying to collapse the defense, kick it to the corner man. And you as an offensive player, you know what's going on, but to me, that's more pressure. Basketball, the beauty of basketball, when it's flowing, everything is so instinctual. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not so like predictable. It's like real life broke the defense down, everybody collapsed, and I made the correct play to the corner man. He was gradually moving to the corner versus he just standing there waiting. Like, it's a difference.
Bro, it's like when I watched it when they played the Golden State Warriors. And they had Draymond Green guarding this. Do you know if I'm Wemby and Draymond, 6'5" Draymond Green, I'm dunking it on you every single. You ever seen, like, you ever been a little kid and your older brother, you was on Jordan Gym and your older brother just dunking on you every time because you just littling him? That's what that shit's gonna look like every day.
But historically, we've seen this time and time again, right?
Yeah, when nigga Draymond had that nigga on lockdown, my mama just played.
Where you've seen players that didn't have the necessarily.
Let me dream, man. Cheese.
We've seen these players, right? Like a Kevin Durant, young in his career, being able to be guarded by smaller guys.
Which is nasty. We're gonna get to Kevin Durant in a minute.
But I'm just saying, it's just the reality. We've seen this time and time again, because I think, for one,
bitches.
The older Wemby gets in the league, where that shit's gonna like stop, right? Or if it don't stop, then it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be more of a reflection of him as a player versus anything, because ain't no way, like you're trying to say, right? Like what I'm giving him is the grace of becoming like NBA strength ready, right? I think that takes a little time to get, like, because I think Kevin Durant had to get that way. I think Dirk had to get that way. I think KG had to get that way. Like,
they played in a different league, though. They played in a different league, though.
I agree, but I also still think the stature of him as a player, though, still suggests that I could put somebody that's 6'6", 6'7", as long as he got a PJ Tucker type frame,
I would pray to God. At my height, you put a 6'5", you better put a helmet on. I'm telling you, that ball's coming through that damn net fast as fuck.
But if you're not strong, gang, like over stronger than me, I can. And you know, like this is what I'm saying. Like, far as how the refs call the game, they let the smaller players get away with little shit that they shouldn't be getting away with, because in the refs' mind, the bigger player has an advantage already. So the smaller players are getting away with the little ticky-tack things that we see this.
Look, I'm pretty sure them Wemby elbows hurt. Them little bony ass things, I know they hurt. So you better get the fuck out of the way because they swinging.
You can't really swing no elbow in this era. You know that.
I'm just saying, somebody gonna get something and then get fucked away.
This ain't that right, but like you gonna get thrown out the game for that shit. You can't throw no balls like this. It's a different era. That's what I'm saying. Like, I believe as time go on, Wemby will get stronger. I believe that, but I'm still also gonna always be concerned because 7-footers like that don't typically last that long in the league. Like,
that's why I'm saying sit in front of the rim. Save your knees, brother. You don't need to be dribbling all out and all over the place.
I agree with that. I ain't disputing that part of it. I'm just saying at the moment he's not able to really dominate like far as a production standpoint, because I think that team is a little bit very talented. Like, I think they have a lot of
talent. And I know they're talented, but even if he's at the dots, bro, a floater for him is just him turning around and just drop it in. Like, it's so easy. Like, it's so, and like I said, I could be completely wrong. I am just thinking about Melvin. If I was that tall and I was playing basketball, that would be the only shit I would do. They'd be so mad at me.
Same.
No, you ain't wrong. But I think that's a part of what's wrong with basketball. Again, everybody wants to be something different. Like, Wemby's trying to be this different player. And then it is still hard because, again, players on the team just don't want to buy into that type of concept where we're just doing the most obvious shit. Like, we're not predictable. Like, no player really wants to be that. I don't see a player like De'Aaron Fox not trying to be like one of them guys. Like, I think he wants to be one of them front-facing guys to some degree. Maybe not necessarily the best.
Break the assist record. Do that. Do
that. Yo, this nigga's stupid.
Bro, I'm like, you got a chance. Like, I guess because for me, I'm going to do whatever it takes to win games. I don't really care about if I'm the nigga who's doing it or anything like that. I'm just straight up, yo, we're going to win. Can we win the game by doing that? Word? Let's go do it. I would look Wemby dead in his face and be like, they said Wilt Chamberlain scored 101. Well, you about to score 120 tonight.
Type shit.
Like, bro, like, to me, that would be my mindset in this. Because you're telling me I got the most physically dominant person in the league. No one can match up with Wemby. Nobody. So if I got that guy on my team, bro, take this and go take us home. Take us the fuck home. How many 7-foot centers are there in the league? 6, 7? And they not even his 7 feet. So I'm like, bro, and then when we get to the playoffs, how many of them we gonna see? Like, bro, you run this until you can't run it no more. That's just we ran stretch left until the defense got sick. Ref was even sitting there like, they gonna run the same damn play. Y'all ain't stopped it yet. And stretch left, stretch left, stretch left. If we got real nasty and creative, stretch right, stretch right, stretch right. Until you stop it, dog, I'm going to keep running. Until you stop Wemby, he going to sit in the paint, put his arm up. I'm going to throw his ass the ball. We're going to get 2 points. See, and everybody's going to say, oh, well, if they're shooting threes and you shooting twos, yeah, but you're going to shoot 40% from three. I'm shooting 80% from the field, if not more than that. Plus, I'm still going to shoot threes every once in a while because y'all going to collapse and you're going to leave somebody open for a three anyway. And at least they're shooting uncontested threes. We're contesting all of yours. That's just how I think.
Yeah.
Embiid, if he's healthy, I still don't think Embiid. But, I mean, he'll give him a shot. I'm not, but Embiid, he sees Embiid, what, 4 times a year? That's it.
Really, probably 2 to 3.
No, it's 2 because they're not even in the same conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 2.
Yeah, if instead when he drops 100, it's over. He could look if fucking around with me. He do that easy.
You're talking about fucking around with me.
Because I'm trying to win. Speaking of trying to win, we saw this.
Williams comes in. Season in 186th of his career, and then McCain on the other end scores. And Jokic hits the deck. He doesn't like it. Gets in the face of Dort. Jalen Williams comes in, and Jokic and Jalen Williams do battle. Now the coaches come in along with some teammates to break things up. Jokic and Jalen Williams face to face right now.
Jalen Williams pissed on himself a little bit. Because when that big-ass Russian grabbed him by his throat, everything stopped. Then it turned into, come on, man, what you doing? Leave Joker alone. He's a very cool dude until you piss him off, clearly. I've seen Joker go off a few different times, and he gets crazier and crazier every time. Leave that man alone.
Leave dude alone, man. For real. Like this is not a game. Leave that man alone, bro. Like, I promise you, bro. Because people, and I'm somewhat that way too. Like, bro, people that let shit pass a lot of times and just because a lot of shit be happening, and people just be like, you know what, I got a strong
be the bigger person.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the cheek. He like, bro, them people when they get that like that,
when they snap, they snap.
I promise you, it's scary. Leave that man alone. Yeah. Respect, leave him alone.
Yeah, and then I don't like the fact that you tripped him and did the whole thing, and then you throw your hands in the air like you didn't do it.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody worried about that big ass Serbian. That nigga go fuck with his horses.
I don't fuck with nobody that play with horses.
Yeah, them niggas. I don't fuck with them niggas overseas.
They grew up different. Just got big ass legs.
No, them niggas grew up different overseas, brother. I don't fuck with them.
I don't fuck with them. They different.
That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. Jalen Williams obviously didn't care though.
That's why he got choked up.
No, he didn't. If you zoom in, they had both had each other hammed up, and Jalen wasn't going, and neither was Jokic.
And then you could look at Joker face, and you could look at Jalen Williams face, and they look totally different.
No, they did not.
They look totally different.
No, they did not.
Joker looked possessed. He looked like, like he was morphing, gang.
Nobody care about the face that he was making because you didn't swing, you didn't do nothing. Jalen Williams was right there, and you didn't do shit to it, and he had you by your collar, like you had him by his collar. Like,
yeah, but the
face don't do nothing to me.
Jalen Williams' face was like, I didn't realize he was that strong.
Nah, Jalen Williams' face was like, chill out with my teammate, because you can get beat up over here in America.
No, I mean, if that's why you saw it, I saw it a little different, but you know,
I'm just not putting all of my eggs in the basket just because a nigga got big eyes and he's from Serbia.
The nigga, they play tennis with fucking grenades, nigga. Like I'm gonna leave him alone.
I ain't seen it yet. Everybody talking about how scared these Serbians is, and I ain't seen them bust a grape in a motherfucking grapevine. So,
I'm just thinking all the overseas niggas just a little different, gang. That's just what I'm thinking.
Because I've been overseas, and none of the niggas different. They just like us.
They still kind of live a different type of life. Like not everything.
They really don't.
No, I think it is, gang. I think really most of them don't earn their basketball notoriety. Well, a lot of these players, like, bro, it's a lot of
That's
American
true,
players that
basketball wise, but
game.
we're not talking about basketball here. We're talking about intimidation and threats, and everybody assuming that just because the nigga is big and from Serbia that he's gonna do some crazy stuff to another big nigga from the United States. That's not how it works.
I still think most of the niggas it's safe to say most of the people that was handed most of their shit in life just don't have it the same way as a nigga that earned everything in life.
It's like what Steven Adams was saying. Like he was like, y'all didn't grow up the way I grew up. It's just different. It's just there is a level. It's the same way that how dudes from the hood look at people who grew up in, upper middle class. It's like you think you tough until you see what tough is. Like it's a different level. You had to
NBA is a bunch of niggas from the hood, isn't it?
Say it again.
The NBA is a lot of people, a lot of cats from the hood that had to earn their right to.
No, not no more. It's not like that no more. There's some guys. It's not like that no more.
Who's Jalen Williams? Who is Jalen Williams? Legacy too.
It doesn't have to be legacy. It's just how he grew up.
Exactly. He grew up as an NBA's person's son.
That's legacy. That's not how you grew up. He could have grown up.
Legacy can attribute to privilege, can it not?
Yeah, but he could not be a legacy and grew up upper middle class because his parents had money.
But what if his parents didn't have money?
I'm just no. We're just
into the NBA. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like we can sit up there and say, yeah, there are players in the NBA of today's age that are privileged.
But I'm saying the majority of the players in the league today aren't the players that we grew up watching in the 80s and the 90s. Like the guys that are in the NBA today, for the most part, they're not hood dudes like that.
Yeah, this is true. I understand that. But at the same time, a lot of the times that doesn't matter in a fight. Especially in a fight when motherfuckers are just looking at each other.
I think it matters. I think it matters when it comes to these European type.
When you're dealing with a dude,
a fight is a fight, bro. Where you from doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like it does matter.
I've been fighting my whole life.
Yeah, like it's.
And how do we know that Jalen Williams or people in the NBA haven't been fighting their whole lives as well?
But look, it's a lot of niggas in this world that can throw a punch. It's not a lot of niggas that can take one. That's the difference.
Exactly. We don't know if Jokic can take a punch. We don't know if he can throw a punch.
I think he can do both.
I don't think he can until I see it. I don't think
I don't want to see
I
it.
think a lot of people look at it, look at his size and look at his intimidation and look at his brothers and look at his family and this and that, all the narratives and stuff like that, bro. But y'all know me, bro. I don't give a fuck about narratives. I don't give a fuck about stories, nigga. I want to see it.
But I'm saying them type of players ain't proved. You're not gonna see it until it's time to, because there's not nothing to really prove to them. They cool till you provoke them. That's the problem. Like you not finna dirty play these niggas and get away with it. Like that's the reality. They, for the most part, they try to play the game the correct way. Like Luka not a dirty player. He a lot of things, but he's not a dirty player.
Well, we can scratch off Jalen Williams being a hood nigga. Both his parents were in the Air Force.
He probably knows how to defend himself.
Yeah, probably so.
What's to say? So what is that? So him and Jokic joking each other up doesn't really do anything, does it?
I'm saying like how I evaluate shit. You riding for your homie, your teammate is one thing, but you running up on a nigga that felt like he just got dirty played, like is a different thing, because no matter what, that's your teammate, but you also supposed to be able to see like the situation. Like this motherfucker is hot right now. And at the same time, it might not be in my best interest to just be running up on this nigga unless I'm going to really take it there. And I don't think he was really trying to take it there.
Neither one of them was trying to take it there because they would have. At the end of the day, it's my teammate.
Yeah, I think Jokic would have took it there.
He wasn't going to take it there because if he was going to take it there, he would have taken it there.
There was too many people in the middle of that shit. We just seen it.
No, because he walked up on Lou Dort and there was nobody around him for the first 45 seconds. So if he wanted to take it there, he would have took it there.
Like he took it there enough though, which was letting him know, like, don't do that.
He didn't even touch Lou.
He did.
No, he didn't.
but we all understand that nobody's going to do anything in an NBA game because no one's going to risk it.
Why are we sitting here having this conversation like motherfuckers is like that when we've never seen anybody bust a grape except Isaiah Stewart?
I ain't see him do that shit for real.
All we said
I've
was
seen him try to get active. I've seen him actually throw a punch on the court. I've never seen Jokic do anything, and everybody got this idea.
I've
that
seen
this
Jokic
that he
damn
just
near tackle a nigga in the NBA game.
when he shoulder checked Marquise Morris
Man,
when his back was turned.
he was running. That's like a tackle. That's an
When his
assault.
back was turned.
But that's what ain't that what the little nigga did? He just tripped him when Joker was going up the court.
They were going sideways, bro. That's not the same thing.
No, bro, Moolage.
That's not the same thing.
Moolage.
That's definitely not the same thing. That's not the same thing. We're not doing this.
Moolage.
That's not the same thing. That's nowhere near the same thing.
Moolage, come on, dog.
That's nowhere near the same thing. I've watched that play a million times. That's nowhere near the same thing. That's nowhere near the same thing.
Come on, bro. You can't.
Nowhere near the same thing. You can pull up both clips right now. They're nowhere near the same. Sticking your hip out or the back of your leg out, you trip somebody, and running full speed to the back of somebody's back. That's not the same thing, bro. We're not doing that. Come on, bro. Stop.
They're both bullshit. Yes, there is. They're both bullshit.
They are, but the amount of force is not the same.
It doesn't. The force doesn't. The force doesn't matter.
Yes, it
no,
does.
it don't. No, it don't.
It does matter.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
Why does it matter?
Because one was intentional, the other one wasn't.
They were both intentional.
After the fact, the Marquise Morris one wasn't intentional, and what Jokic did after the fact was intentional.
And what dude did to Joker was intentional.
It was intentional, but the force behind it wasn't called for that to be.
Because the force wasn't coming from him. The force was coming from Joker running up the court.
He wasn't even running up the court. He was legitimately jogging up court. What are y'all seeing right now? What are y'all seeing?
If you are whether you're jogging or sprinting, and you are not expecting to get tripped, your fall is crazy. Because one, you can't even brace yourself because you're not even prepared for the shit.
Okay. You're comparing that to somebody running full speed and charging you in the back?
They're both the same, yes.
No, they're not.
They're 100% the same.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Because one is within a basketball play. One wasn't within a basketball play at all. Were they both dirty? Absolutely. But Lou Dort sticking his hip out and Jokic tripping over and Jokic running into his hip and falling is not the same as Jokic getting fouled and then turning around and committing a crazy technical flagrant foul, running full speed into somebody's back to the point where they get whiplash and literally couldn't play again for years. It's not the same. It's nowhere near the same.
Yeah, if you're just basing it off of the result of it, then that's not how that works. The action is the problem. The result is not.
The action isn't even the same to me. Because the intents were different.
Yeah, the result is the result. Everybody's bodies and shit is different. It's the act that is the problem.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, this nigga, I've seen Jokic do some dirty shit, just like I seen Lou Dort do some dirty shit.
I never said he didn't do dirty shit.
At the end of the day, I'm just saying the narrative that people are supposed to respect this dude as if he's some type of enforcer when we've never seen it.
No, it's not about him being an enforcer. I'm just going off of what the nigga Lou Dort did was dirty, and Joker was about to snap his damn neck.
He wasn't about to do nothing because if he would have did it. If he was going to, he would have did it. That's my point. We just seen what a whole fucking two niggas legitimately throw punches on the court. If it was that serious, literally over 8 hard fouls. One that was harder than the one that Jokic received. So if it was that serious and he was really on that, which he wasn't, he would have choke slammed the fuck out of Lou Dort right there. Right or wrong?
No, because you have
he waited until Jalen Williams ran up and then tried to get all tough. That doesn't scream that he was ready to do something to me. That screams that I'm waiting for everybody to come around so now I can give everybody the reaction that they're waiting for. Theatrics, that's what I call Because if you're gonna get down, you're gonna get down. Ain't nothing stopping you from getting down. I don't care how many niggas or men is around.
Well, no, common sense. Well, no, because common sense tells you what to do and what not to do. And in that situation,
who has common sense when they mad? Especially everybody on the internet. I'm not even just talking about y'all. Everybody on the internet claiming Jokic was steaming. He was pissed. He was this. He was ready to do this. That's all I've heard all week.
Yeah, but my thing about it is that Joker also understands, one, if I do throw a punch, I'm going for 5 games off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
So I really can't do that. So yeah, if I'm going to talk some shit, I'm going to talk some shit. And then when Jalen Williams ran in and pushed him and then grabbed his jersey, then it turns to something different.
Still didn't do nothing. I'm taking the 5 games if it's that serious.
Yeah, you can't. You see, that's the whole thing. You can't, as him being who he is, he cannot take a 5-game suspension this late in the season. You cannot do that. That's the problem. Like, people don't think, and that's what not thinking gets people in trouble.
All I'm saying is, the gun sound.
Y'all got to see Joe check Jokic right before the game. Joe who?
I just feel like at the end of the day, bro, Jokic is still like one of them players I wouldn't be trying to provoke, like, bro, like, because he's gonna lose
it. Like, we don't. It's. I'm just me personally. That's just there's just certain players that you can just, whether you think they can fight or think they can't fight or showed you they could fight or showed you they couldn't fight, that I'm just not fucking with.
That's just me. Me too.
That's just me. I'm just come where I just gauge shit, and I'm like, there's certain things I'm gonna look at them like, I'm not gonna do that, whether they can fight or not.
I need that. We gonna test that theory.
He'd have to over try me for me to get on that with him. Like, he'd have to do it to me.
Okay. Let's get back to this. So this was inside the group chat. I want to get your opinions on this because we were just talking about this. Well, at least him. In a 1v1, Tim Duncan, Wemby. Who wins?
Wemby.
It's a hypothetical, but
Wemby.
Timmy.
See, I agree with both of y'all because I'll say this, because I'll use a bit of my logic and then a bit of y'all logic when we was talking about this. I don't think Wemby can move Timmy out of the way if he's going to try and do anything inside the paint or anything like that. But I also think the way Wemby can move on the perimeter with the basketball, with his length and all of those things, that gives Timmy trouble.
Yeah. It's going to be the face-up game versus the back to the basket game. And I think Timmy going to have his way for the most part. But I think Wemby with the size will be, he's still taller than Duncan. So he'll be able to still challenge shots a little bit more than Duncan would be versus him with the face-up. Like, once
that man jumping all over the place.
Like, no, because that's just not Timmy game, though. Like, Timmy game is 1-2 hook.
It's angles and stuff. It's not so much
angles and pump fakes and fundamentals. That's what I'm saying. He gonna have.
It ain't so much as the pump fakes though, because he never really was like a pump fake dude. Like,
not a strong pump faker, but they're just looking at the type of games that they both have, and Wemby being a taller defender. Of course, if you're going to be playing body to body on me like that, and you know that I'm going to be facing up like that, well, I'm going to get you jumping at least once or twice, just based off the type of player that you are.
I think Hakeem will get him jumping.
Oh, easily.
I don't think.
I'm thinking. The way I'm thinking is high block, high post, right? Face up. I got him right here, right? Hand in face, right? So now I got any way to go. Really, I'm gonna give him and I'm taking him straight to the right because he's gonna bite off that first, whether it's a true pump fake or not. If I give him just a little jab, you feel me? Just a little hezzy. Oh yeah, no, he's taking it every time, and I'm going to the cut.
I think what you're talking about with Timmy is more of the gatherer, right? Once he gets in a certain range where he can gather and he's going to still be able to dunk on Wemby too, because he's going to have the strength and be able to still dunk on him because he's right at the basket. Then, like, it don't matter how tall you is, then because he'll be able to muscle him. He's right at the basket now. But
Yeah, I think that's
the thing about it is still though, like,
can he get there?
Can he get there all the time consistently against that? Because he's still gonna have to get there and be creative.
Yeah, because Timmy, for as good as he is in the post, nigga got to get to the post. You got to dribble it.
I think that'd be the only problem because I think Wemby has a better dribble than Timmy. So as far as a package game goes, I think Wemby is a lot more lethal in that because not only can he score from the inside, he can score from the outside. It's just I think Timmy will understand cerebrally that where Wemby's weak is or where Wemby's weak points is and try to exploit that the best way he knows how.
Yeah, and I think outcomes. I think that's the thing that would end up hurting Wemby in the long run is that if he takes mostly jump shots, he's gonna lose that.
I don't even think he's gonna do that because I think it's gonna be a lot of bow ties because when we think of one-on-ones, it's like again, it's not like somebody's passing you the ball into your hot spot and you have to get to where you need to get to.
And it depends on it depends on the one-on-one because if it's 3 dribble minimum or 5, if you put in a dribble limit on it, then that's something totally different.
Yeah, but we can't do that with big men. So we already know like ain't no real because most of them type of one-on-ones are for guys that have face-up games where they can tween pull up. Like most guys don't have that, especially big men. So we can't expect them to do that. So for a big man, a lot of times somebody has to pass them the ball or they're starting the game from the free throw line. Like they're not starting like a traditional one-on-one starts at the 3-point line, right? Check it up, boom. For them, we have to start at the free throw line. So a guy like Tim Duncan could only 1, 2, 3, but even then, that's limiting Tim Duncan against a guy like Wemby. Like that's going to favor Wemby in my opinion, because Tim Duncan needs to kind of pound that motherfucker to get to where he needs to against Wemby. 3 dribbles ain't gonna be enough from free throw line. And again, it's like it's too many stipulations for Tim Duncan to win versus Wemby. I can literally just pass him the ball, or he can check it up anywhere on the court and have an advantage.
Yeah, well, no, KG Wemby, that's different. KG because KG can match him for everything that he's got.
Yep. And I honestly don't think Wemby will be able to guard him.
No, because KG, see, Wemby can move for a big. KG is basically he's a guard that grew into a big.
KG got point guard type handle, so it'll be different.
But that's what he played. He said he was a guard. He was a point guard, 2 guard, and then he grew something stupid like 4 or 5 inches.
Right,
and that's where he got to where he was.
No facts.
Okay. Last segment of the show. Get your opinions on something. Well, we're gonna do a list. We're gonna do a quick. I'm gonna play this first.
I'm gonna take it a step further. He is the greatest scorer to ever play the game of basketball. The greatest scorer. When you talk about a guy that has 0 flaws, he's Beyonce on the offensive end. He's flawless. We could go down the list and we could look at all the guys that are in the top 5 or top 10. When you talk about, career points in the NBA, we could point out at each individual that they had some type of flaw, right? Because when I think about greatest scorer, not only do I think about what he could do on the offensive end and how, he has no holes in his game, but I also look at efficiency. And when you talk about a guy that's Mr. 50, 40, 90, that's Kevin Durant.
So, you heard Perk. We're gonna break down the 2 best scorers, or wait a minute, it was offensive players. We can break that down if you want to do scorers or offensive players.
Offensive players.
Okay, we're gonna do the top 10 offensive players at each position. Okay, and then I'll ask you guys: do y'all think Kevin Durant's the greatest scorer the NBA has ever seen?
No.
Okay, I don't think so.
I think it's Jordan, and motherfuckers gonna say you biased, and I just think like for me, what hurts Kevin Durant is because I do think as a scorer, and this is I'm being clear about this. This is the whole argument where people try to rank players over other players because they deem them more talented than someone. I do think as a scorer, Kevin Durant is more talented than Michael Jordan. But I think what separates players and throughout all sports, again, is intangibles.
Mm-hmm.
The willingness of Jordan, willing to be that level of a scorer and willing to shoot those shots and not care about efficiency.
Who still is.
It's
until this year, he was the most efficient basketball player in NBA history. So,
but that's the thing. Like, I don't really like to quote Phil Jackson too tough because Phil Jackson always say a bunch of like contradicting.
He go back and forth.
Yeah, like, but he did say something like it was designed for Kobe to take bad shots in our offense. Like it was like literally designed because the team was that limited offensively that they knew that he had to take these shots.
Right.
Yep.
They knew he had to take them. It was part of the game plan.
Yeah.
So
that's
like,
why they call him the best bad shot taker in NBA.
Like that's
why we respect him because he was never scared to do it.
Exactly. You have to, that's the problem with Kevin Durant. Like, I don't care about you being 50, 40, 90, sir. I would rather for you to be 45, 37, 90, goddamn it, and giving me 35 points a game. That's what I would care about.
Right. When you doing that and giving me 25 points, like really? Do I
care?
Do I care about that? Like you're not.
It's like I'm gonna live with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live with that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna live and die with that.
You're the most efficient 25-point scorer ever.
Yeah.
We got it.
So like, why would I be mad at that?
Thanks, man.
Just
like
the shot.
The proof of you being an elite scorer, like you being a talented scorer but doing nothing with it, that means nothing to me. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? It's kind of what I say about Wemby. It's like if you're a 7-foot wing with the handles that KD has, with the shot range and the shot, all of these things, how are you just not obliterating everything?
But it's not that he didn't do nothing with it.
Draymond Green. I'm just kidding.
But it's not that he didn't do nothing with it because we know he's done something with it. It's the fact that you're trying to make an argument for him to be the greatest scorer ever. The fact that Michael Jordan, every title he's ever won was the scoring champion. That's a testament to my scoring being the reason why we're winning.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Translating into winning.
Right. Your Kevin Durant, I don't want to say it's empty calories. It's like you scoring. It's like, but what does it really do?
It's more of what does it translate to, because it doesn't necessarily always translate to wins or even translate to your team being successful.
He's one of the most non-impactful 30-point
scorers. That's probably the better way that I would put it. It's like his points are not impactful at all. Like you don't feel his points.
No,
that's the best way to put it.
No, you don't. You simply don't. Like, and
part
of it is like he don't get these. It's the way he scores the basketball. Granted, like it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I love to see him play basketball because he's a great player. But at the same time, it's not emphatic baskets. Like like don't get me wrong. He has had some like the LeBron shot. The 3 over LeBron. That's an emphatic shot. That's a moment for him for sure. But what I'm saying, he just don't have the breathtaking shots, the soul killing shots like a lot of the all-time great players have. Kobe has killed you with these type of shots. Michael Jordan has killed you with these type of shots.
And I think that's the problem, right? When it comes to KD, is that it's the moments, right? And I know a lot of people don't like to bring up moments, right, in regard to somebody's career, but I think
I bring them up all the time.
No, I think it matters though in basketball, because every single GOAT and every single person who we consider the top player or the top this or the top that or one of the greatest of all time, we can name multiple moments. Magic, Kareem, Kobe, the Big O, Steph, LeBron even. We can name multiple moments of which they've had to look at it and was like, damn, like not only did they score this amount of points, not only were they doing this on defense, not only were they doing, but like, bruh, like that moment where they took over the game and took like 3, 4, 5 shots and boom, 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 boom. Now they're winning, and that's like those are the moments that we're talking about. And it's like for everybody to always bring up that one shot when it comes to KD and LeBron during the finals, it's like I feel like when it comes to impactful points, like Buwap was saying, it's like that's your most impactful moment that you've had in your career, at least to my knowledge, to what I view today.
Well, that's the one everybody's going to go to. So, that's just a testament of really you had your moment when y'all was up 3-1 against Golden State. What happened?
True. This is also true. But then again, you can also point it out to the Brooklyn Nets, right? First year on the Nets, he bangs a shot to go in overtime. Shoe is a little too big, so it doesn't count as a 3, counts as a 2. They go in overtime. He doesn't score in overtime.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
But he's supposed to be the greatest scorer of all time.
There you go.
All right. So let's get to this list. 2 players from each position. We're gonna run them down. We'll stick with offensive. So so when we say offensive, we're taking their whole offensive game into totality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do this. Center, the 2 greatest offensive centers of all time. I'll go first, and then we can go from there. I'll go Hakeem Olajuwon and Joker.
I would say that too.
I'm gonna say Jokic and Shaq.
That's what the list. I just don't. That's why I asked about offense. Like, it's everything. Shaq as a passer, although good, I don't think he's at the level of Joker and Elijah.
Well, I think as far as being a 3-level scorer, yeah. Well, I guess you can say that, yeah. Because we're talking about offense and not just dominance.
That's why I asked. I was like, because if we're just gonna go scoring, then that's something. Then it's a total different argument for me. Well, but if we're just gonna
if you're looking at just dominance in the paint and scoring in the paint, then yeah, I can understand why somebody would pick Shaq like me. But like, if we're looking at like 3-level scores, true 3-level scores, that's probably the best answer right there.
I'm just going because offense for me would be the combination of scoring and passing, obviously. So I think for me, Hakeem, far as it, like versatility as a scorer over a lot of guys like a Shaq, and even Jokic to some degree, far as low post area. I think Jokic is slightly more versatile as far as the 3, like just slightly because he could shoot the 3, but like the way Hakeem played in the low post and having a 15-foot jump shot, like also the ability to play make from that position as well, like not to a level of a Jokic, but I would still say those 2 are the best 2 offensive players from the center position.
Who using sleepover guarding? Who am I losing? Joker. Well, no, see, they gonna beat your ass 2 different ways.
Yeah.
Because Shaq gonna beat you up like he's just a force of nature, and Joker's gonna beat you like Shaq is strong enough that he's gonna fight through a double team and still get his buckets. Not saying he's not gonna pass through it, but Joker is literally gonna be running point and beating you up in the paint at the same time.
And I think the problem with the ultimate thing that you have to deal with is Jokic is a lot of people forget is like Buwap said, his passing ability, right? His passing ability is one of the things that makes him that great. So not only can he shoot from the inside, mid-range, on the outside, but he can legitimately use his IQ, and he really doesn't have to move. Just think about it, right? Because he'll stand at the top of the fucking key, and everybody will move around him, and he'll find the open player every single time. And I think that's the ultimate difference between Jokic and Shaq, because even Hakeem could do the same thing, right? And he was able to move and manipulate the offense with just footwork and spacing. And I think that's the ultimate difference is when you look at just those kind of offensive games and their prowess and how they all put it together. No, I ain't gonna lie, solid picks. Yeah, I'm rocking with y'all on that one.
All right, let's go to power forward. This one's gonna be interesting. Two greatest offensive players at power forward.
I'm going Kevin Garnett.
That was mine.
And I'm going Chris Webber.
Okay, so all right, so me and Boo up on the same fucking page. Okay, let's go. Okay. Yep, we're on the same page. Yep. That's why I asked at the beginning, like, if we take in their total package offensively, then that's a totally different list for me.
Chris Webber was slept on, gang.
Chris Webber was a demon.
Like, he can pass, he can handle the ball, like
shoot inside, outside, had the footwork, had the IQ, and he wasn't scared to play defense. I know we're not talking about defense right now, but I'm just saying. Webb was like that.
Okay, so all right, cool. See, this is why these are my guys. See? Everybody else would have been picking random ass motherfuckers on some dumb shit, not knowing.
Give me Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah,
Give me Rasheed.
Okay. Two greatest offensive players at small forward.
I think it's easy. I think for me, it's got to be LeBron and Larry Bird.
Fuck that nigga LeBron.
Offensively, again, like, and this is some of the nasty rhetoric you hear about LeBron James. LeBron James, again, people, is not a pass first player. Do not ever fool yourself to believe that
they've been trying to sell that lie for the longest.
He's a point guard. He's a pass first player. No, he's not.
No, he's a willing passer for sure. I would give him that. That don't make.
I've always said that he can pass. I always said he can pass.
I think he's a willing passer.
He's an above average passer. He's really he's a scorer who is willing to pass the ball.
Yeah,
he's willing, but that don't mean he's gonna do it though. That don't mean he have to.
He's one of the all-time great scorers that's also the best passer of the all-time great scorers. That's what he is.
I've often said this about LeBron, saying that he's one of the all-time great scorers that can pass the ball. Now, should he pass the ball?
I wouldn't say he's the best passer. I just think he has, because they're gonna look at the assists. But when Jordan was running the offense, he was averaging 8 assists too.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I say like he's an all-time great scorer that can pass. Now, is he going to or should he? To be determined. But he's always been an above average to really, really good passer.
Right. Okay.
I think Birdman is
sure.
I
guess we were all lock in step with the power forward and the small forwards, with LeBron and Larry. Shooting guards. Who is the greatest offensive two guards in NBA history?
Jordan and Bean. Don't care.
Another easy one. But you know
what?
what?
See, you can get a little dicey because you got James Harden and
you got the James, you got the Clyde Drexlers of the world.
Oh, you just got James Harden of the world. That's
true. That's true. And you can I understand why people throw James, but we can't forget that Clyde was a legit bucket.
But he not offensively, he not in the same breath as the far.
I was thinking Kawhi. I was going to be nasty and say Kawhi.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Because I thought the first name people were going to say outside of this group was Kawhi.
I can't take Kawhi.
Nasty Melvin would have took Kawhi and everybody, and this would have went on for like another 30 minutes. Me doing that. So I was like,
I was going to be on your side with that.
From a scoring perspective, if we talking scoring, it'd be a little different because then I would take strictly if you just asking me who I'd rather have as a scorer, I would take Kevin Durant over LeBron just as a scorer. I would take Carmelo Anthony over LeBron James just as a scorer.
Yeah,
that's fair.
He ain't wrong. That's fair. Yeah, as a scorer. See, the thing about it is you don't want to say nasty. People they call me nasty when I say stuff like Bernard King, Melo, KD. Like there are dudes that are better scorers
Exactly. Pure scoring.
than
But
LeBron.
if we're talking about the whole offensive package plus efficiency, then that list gets small.
All right. This one's going to be nasty. That's why I saved it for last. Who are the two greatest offensive point guards of all times?
It's really not nasty.
I want to see, because I feel like my answer is going to be nasty, and I'm
Steph
after
Curry's one of mine. I don't care.
See, Steph's not one of
out there. Steph's one of mine. I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't care. I'm gonna live and die on that hill.
If we're talking scoring, definitely Steph. But if we're talking about offense complete, it's Magic and Russell Westbrook.
I'm gonna go Steph and Russ. Because Magic can shoot from outside.
I think if we talking from a production standpoint, like who's a more productive point guard, I think it is Russell Westbrook as it pertains to Stephen Curry. But production don't always lead directly into impact either, because as much as Russell Westbrook, and I love Russell Westbrook again, I think he's the most hated player in NBA history. Far as like all-time great players, like he's the
if
most.
it ain't Russ, it's Jason Kidd for me. So
I don't even think it's Jason Kidd. I think Jason Kidd more underappreciated. I don't think people hate Jason Kidd. I think he's underappreciated. Hate, like the way they talk about Russell Westbrook is disgusting.
No, I'm just saying if it's not Russell, if it's not, if Magic is number one, and then my number two can be one of those two other guys for me. No, I'm lying. I take that back. Isaiah Thomas.
I would
probably gonna be my number two, honestly.
I would me personally, if it's not Steph, because I'm gonna say Magic and Steph, I'm going to say Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul is the most complete point guard of all time.
Flip his wig in this joint.
No, it's the truth from an offensive standpoint. Like he's an efficient, at his peak was an efficient 20-point scorer. He's ain't no way he's garbage. Like Jason Kidd as an offensive scorer is limited, bro. He's very limited. Like Chris Paul is not limited as an offensive scorer.
We already had 2 hours. Just let y'all know, we already had 2 hours. So
I know that's why I said this is the last one. That's why I said this was the last one.
I knew as soon as I said that, see people were Mel was gonna be like, nigga, I'm not gonna do it, but you care. Okay.
We made it.
All right. So you're gonna go. So you're going Magic, Steph.
I'm going
Steph and Russ. Steph and even though
Chris Paul.
Oh, and Chris Paul. So we're all right. So we're all different on this. So you're going Steph and Magic, Mulich.
I'm going Steph and Russ.
Steph and Russ. No Magic. That's different.
It's a close one, but I'm biased for with Steph. So at least I'm man enough to admit the bias. Though. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I'm biased.
I'll go Magic and Isaiah.
I'm going Magic and Steph. I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna go Magic and Steph. I still think what Steph provides offensively.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like his gravity is different. Like no one else has that type of. The defense doesn't swing the way he moves. Okay, I'll go with Steph. I'll go Magic and Steph. Because I was limited to just scoring. I was just going to leave it at because Steph was. But then I got to think about how much he manipulates the defense.
Let's get coalition, man. We outside.
Okay. Luka, nah, I don't.
Luka's like that. But,
he's like that, but I don't think he got to do something.
Yeah.
All right. That's the show. 2 hours. My bad. I didn't mean for this thing to take this. But when you have good conversation, this is what happens. This is where it goes.
I was gonna say that's what happens when you have good conversation, man.
Yep. So we appreciate everybody for coming through. Outcomes. Who else was in here? Outcomes going crazy in the chat.
Boy, Outcomes was talking to us. Let's go, Outcomes. We see you. But Reed Dion was in here, man.
Yeah, Reed was in there. Well, we good. We good. Everybody listening out there on Hot Knee Radio. I didn't do the ad. That is my fault. I will do better. Shout out to Troy. He's recovering. He was getting his back blown out. Just
That's
joking.
crazy.
Oh!
I knew it was gonna come. I knew it was coming, and I was waiting for it. That's
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Nah,
I was thinking
Troy.
the same thing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Not even gonna lie to you. I was thinking the same thing. Love you, Troy.
Yeah, nah. Troy had surgery, so he's healing up. He'll be back here in a couple of weeks. Hopefully next week. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, shout out to everybody for coming through. Keep chiming in. Inside the Huddle tomorrow.
Make sure y'all tune in, be there and be square, because you don't want to miss this show.
No, you do not.
WAP might be in the building.
Oh shit.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
Yeah, that's a wrap, but we be right back. Off the glass, straight facts. No cap, Troy Moolish, boo-wop. Mellow off the glass, from the paint to the arc. That's basket to basket. Yeah, we ran through the game, every take was official. Argument spicy, yeah, you know it got an issue. From hot seat debates to them clutch time missions. If you miss 1 second, better run it back and listen. Troy with the vision, Moolish with the knowledge. Boo-wop, bring the flavor, make the whole room wobbly. Mel still mad every time Brown get a mention. That rivalry energy keep the show in contention. We appreciate the love, whether live or delayed. Rewind that debate or let it ride.